What's up guys, welcome back. Branded Dude here. So we have a new replay. Branded versus Maliss at Despia, 60 card against 40, and we're playing the same 60, no changes here yet, but yeah, you know the build. And let's see what we open. We open Shrouded, Cartesia, Deployment, Perilia, going up against Maliss. This yeah, it's not pretty strong honestly. I will say that Mochomi Mules, basically when it comes to post siding, even though 4 loss, yes sure, 4 loss will stop your Maliss play from drawing too much, Mules is a way better hand traps to draw because to open in your hand actually and use it against Maliss. Obviously, you know, very obvious why, but the reason why I'm just saying this is because every time I use 4 loss on a Maliss player, you know, they'll just summon so many bodies that they get on the field basically just from banishing the Maliss names, triggering the effects, get on the field. The fact that they summon so many times from grave or banished before they just give you one summon from the extra deck if you hit them with full loss, the fact that, like, honestly, Mills is what you need. Full loss is not going to stop them. They will just do so much comboing just to give you one draw at least. And also what's worse is that the main deck draw. So the Mochamis don't really do much against them. If they have draw in their hand, then they're just going to go full combo and you just most probably will just get a draw. That's it. But yeah, Perilia lost. Opponent opens double Impulse and an Imperm. So having Impulse and Imperm as interruptions against us is pretty strong. Maliss in the Mirror and Chessy Cat for a starter. So yeah, this is an insane hand. He can use Impulse in our turn, and he has an extra Impulse for his turn to protect him. So yeah, pretty strong hand. So let's see what we do. So we start off with Shrouded. He has Sending Retribution as always. Drawing to Quem, pretty good. Summon here because now we can just normal summon Quem to Foolish Burial, but we're going to have to protect our Quem by summoning a Cartesia from the deck first. Activate Lost in case, you know, we're going to trigger Quem here. Sorry, not Quem, trigger Cartesia. Don't summon the Quem effect, send Branded Fusion, and then yeah, we're going to get Branded Fusion to hand here. Obviously this is going to get hit with Impulse. We go Cartesia, opponent changed Imperm, so we pass our turn there, and opponent draws Terraforming, so he has access to the field spell. Terraforming here. Now here's the thing with this, I guess, let's say interruption we have here. Cartesia, most probably we can just either go into Grand Gugno or Quiritus, I suppose, but most probably we're going to go into Grand Gugno, and then we don't have a target for Quemi at the moment. Lost can search, but the search is not going to do much for us because all we're going to have is Grand Gugno here. So I will be honest with you, I do end up just scooping here because we're not going to be able to do much. Maliss player, he's just going to go full combo. You may be thinking, oh, why don't you just trigger, like on White Rabbit, go Cartesia, Fusion Summon, go into Grand Gugno, then you know when this name hits the field, Chainlink 1, Maliss play, then we can trigger Grand Gugno, Chainlink 2 and 3, you know, Foolish Burial, do something, but I don't know. It's really not going to do much here. Do excuse this, my opponent accidentally pressed end turn, so we just try to get it back to him, his turn here, so he can play with, you know, change through each phase. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't bother doing anything, so I didn't bother wasting there because I realized, you know, I'm still losing this because I can bring out Quiritus, but he can just easily out it or do something, and then he's just gonna have so much follow-up that we're just gonna have to be trying to get ourselves out of here. But also he has Malice in the Mirror to negate the Cartesia because he went to Red Ransom, and then I think, yeah, he triggered the effect here. Yeah, trigger the effect, chain Cartesia, and then he just goes Malice in the Mirror. So yeah, it was going to get negated anyways, and he also has Impulse in his hand, which will this time negate and destroy. So yeah, Chessy Cat here, he's going to draw 2 Impermanent Ash. That is ridiculous. 3 hand traps in hand. Yo, GWC banish Red Ransom, summon Dormouse, Red Ransom here, summon itself, and then he will banish March Head, which will trigger to add itself back to hand. So yeah, I think somewhere here I do end up just scooping. Okay, he's going to go into Splash Mage. Then go into Lingarebo, which will trigger would trigger this. Okay, whatever that Cyber's Wicked. Sorry, I don't know what else I called it, but yeah, scoop there. It's too much there. Yeah, you saw his hand, guys. They were losing that 100%. So game number 2, we open Kit, Grass, Draw, Talents, and Full Loss. Opponent opens Backup, Malchair, Full Loss, Maliss in the Mirror, and also Draw. Now here in game number 2, I actually made my Maliss opponent go first because I was thinking, okay, I know what he's going to side up. Oh yeah, by the way, I was going up against a friend here, so I know what he's going to side in. Full Loss, Draw, there's going to be Ash, Impulse, and Lightning Storms, you know, back row move. I decided, you know what, oh, and Bestials, more importantly, and most annoyingly, the Bestials as well. So I decided, you know what, let me rather side in everything going second and let him go first. You know, just to surprise him. So yeah, we are going second here. Standby phase, I do drop the full loss. Normal summon backup effect here. We'll search for Dormouse and discard that. Then goes March here, banishing Dormouse. So yeah, now you can see here that he's going to be summoning a lot from the banish zone here, just even though we hit him with full loss here, and he has draw to deal with full loss, so he can comfortably just go full combo essentially here. So yeah, White Rabbit here is going to get him to, okay, he doesn't trigger White Rabbit there. Then there's the draw splash mage. We draw into, what do we draw into here? Kolbai, and the opponent drops the draw. So yeah, he's going to combo off splash mage, summon White Rabbit. Then he's going to go into the White Binder. White Binder effect will set the GWC. Moving on, he is going to go GWC, summon White Rabbit, and then White Binder, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 would be White Rabbit there. Sorry, Chainlink 1, White Binder, Chainlink 2, White Rabbit. So confusing. And then he does set the MTP. And then with White Binder, he just banishes only the trap card. Yeah, banishes only the trap. And then here he was just deciding, yeah, he uses the other 3 names to go into Heart's Crypto, sets the Malice in the Mirror, and proceeds to end phase. So yeah, yeah, I guess because he couldn't get enough searches there, he just decided to end comfortably on this board. So it's fine. He does have, what does he have? White Binder, Crypto to banish, MTP to banish, and Malice in the Mirror to negate as well. But full loss could be a card. Can it be a card he could activate? I don't know. Depends. It really depends. He has to use both his back rows and these names to banish. Yeah. So I don't think this is a card we need to worry about now. So we draw for turn and lol, we see Lancey in hand. But we go straight to main phase. I decide, here's the thing. I want grass to resolve without White Binder like coming back and then banishing cards in our graveyard once grass resolves. So I was thinking, okay, we also have talents. We need to make a monster effect be activated. So either talents we use it to take, or we use talents to draw. Kolbai is fine. If he has Ash, we have Kolbai to deal with that. Lancia draw. Obviously, we want to keep Lancia in hand for our opponent's turn, but draw, yeah, that can be a discard there. So I normal summon Kit, hoping this triggers like it will just end up in him triggering a monster effect, but he does activate Malice in the Mirror. So here I had hope because he now triggers White Binder, summon itself, draws a Lightning Storm, and then White Binder here will banish March Hare. What did he target? White Rabbit, March Hare, and Dormouse. And then he's going to go Chainlink to Heart's Crypto, shuffling back the trap card to banish Kit from the field, which is totally fine. So he used all of those. Should he have used it early? No, but his reasoning behind using this early is because now on resolution of these names being summoned, White Rabbit can set that trap card, the GWC now. So that's why he did this. So now White Rabbit triggers, sets the GWC, cool. But luckily for us, oh yeah, then on resolution he is going to go March here, summon itself, and then banish Malice in the Mirror. Now open game state, we go grass. Here we mowed a total of 23 cards, I believe. Yeah, 23 cards. And then yeah, cool. Now you'll see here we mow. So this was the first card. So we mowed all of this from branded opening straight to grass. So yeah, the only triggers we have here now is obviously could be Serenia and Tragedy, but you'll see here we mowed branded white, branded red. Last there, unfortunately, is engraved. We decided branded regain as well. So I decided, you know what, we're just going to trigger Serenia only. Tragedy can stay engraved just as a backup in case we need to reset a branded spell trap. Send Retribution, go talents to draw 2 because I need to actually get some engine, but we just draw into more non-engine there. But Lightning Storm is there, so we call the back row. So yeah, GWC, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, MTP, search for March Hare, and then GWC is just going to reborn the White Binder here, gain some life points as well. The opponent does end up just banishing the Lightning Storm of MTP. We then go Retribution. Now here I just realized, okay, all my Despia names, 3 Alubas and 1 Quem is already in graveyard. So here I decided, okay, well, we're not doing that. You know, also this was a friendly game against my friend here, so don't think about, like, don't be so harsh about the misplays. You know, we were just playing for fun, me testing as well. So yeah, then I realized, okay, cool, here it's actually Brandon White is the better player. So we banish Albaz and the Mercuria here. Rebellion 1, Mercuria 2. Mercuria here, we search for Cartesia because we have enough names, Albaz names engraved to special summon this from hand. And then we'll shuffle back Albaz and Rebellion, go straight for Mirror Jade. Moving on here, I go Albion effect, send Brand of Fusion because Tragedy is still in the graveyard. Tragedy effect here, place Brand of Fusion. We then go Brand of Fusion, no Ash or Impulse, so we go full combo here. Well, not full combo, we just Fusion Summon. Going to Albion, Albion effect here, and here I decide to go for, I think I go for Queritus. Yeah, I think, oh no, sorry, Masquerade, yeah. Don't go for Queritus, yeah, it's not really going to make a difference. We'd rather bring out Masquerade early, put the pressure there on our opponent, summon Rebellion, and then we enter battle phase. Now here was the thought process. I have Kolbai, and I know for a fact my opponent added Marche. So I was thinking, okay, to slow down my Maliss player, because he has Heart Script out and White Binder, these two links should never come back onto the field whatsoever. They should never come back. So I was thinking first, okay, if I know March here, if any of these two links go to grave, March here during my opponent's turn, he can just activate this from hand, and it doesn't target what Maliss card it will banish. So he can banish any one of these two and get these going, right? So I decided, okay, we need to attack this March here, destroy it, so that we can save this Kolbai for this, right? Just to negate its effect if we choose to negate that. Other thing is, I need to, because both of these Maliss already use their effects, I believe that Heart Scripter, no, I don't think Heart Scripter use. I need to banish White Binder and then make sure Heart Scripter never enters the field thereafter. So now these two cards most probably will be out of play. So here, unfortunately, this is at 2-5, this is at 2-3, yeah, and here, okay, cool, Masquerade attack, March here as planned. Here, I made a mistake. I should have used Rebellion, attack into White Binder just to deal damage, and Mirror Jade can comfortably even get over the Heart Scripter. But, you know, misplay is a misplay, cool, so I'm forced to use Mirror Jade on White Binder, banish that. Now, main phase 2. I go Cartesia to summon from hand just in case we have a, you know, just so we have an interruption during our opponent's turn. Set the Kolbai, go to end phase. I'll be on here. We'll add Branded in High Spirits because I also cited out Branded Banishment, the trap card, and funny enough, yeah, it really came up at this spot. But you know, it is what it is. So I'll be on add High Spirits. Titanic Clad, only one copy of Quem, so we just an Owlbears to add an Owlbears to hand, so Cartesia can comfortably fusion summon with that. Post turn, opponent draws into Imperm. So links off into Lingaribo, totally fine, but he is trying to go for SP here. Channeling 1 SP, target Cartesia. Channeling 2 Cartesia. Channeling 3 SP, target itself and Masquerade, and I go channeling 4 Lancia. Boom, that's totally fine. Now here I have to resolve Cartesia still. Here with Albion, I kind of forgot that I dropped the Lancia there, so I should have went into Grand Gugno instead. But you know, it's fine. It's a body there, totally fine, because opponent has no play, so he passes there. Draw for turn, we draw into full loss, totally fine. But we kind of have good advantage here. But I was trying to enter battle phase, so end of my opponent went March here, and here I decided, okay, cool, we're going Kolbai, targeting Heart Scripter itself. Opponent here is going to go SP, target itself and Masquerade, and we're just going to chain Mirror Jade, banish the SP so that doesn't fully resolve. So yeah, banishes, summons March here by banishing White Rabbit. White Rabbit here will trigger to summon itself as well, totally fine. And then we just summon Rebellion, putting that fusion Albion in the grave. Enter battle phase. So opponent, he is at 4,300 life points. Attack, and then we're going to attack for 3,000 damage here. So opponent, he's left at 1-3, and then set the High Spirits as a bluff. End phase, add an opening, and then we're also going to add Cartesia to hand here as well. And there is a High Spirits as well that will be added to hand here. So yeah, just adding full hand in the end phase for us. But yeah, we have draw as an interruption as well. Opponent draws Chessy Cat, he activates full loss in the main phase, goes Lightning Storm, taking a bit of damage there. So High Spirits here, I just chain, sending Cartesia Grand Gugno to add Mercuria, so negate. And yeah, my opponent does end up scooping there. He has nothing else that can help him play, and that's just defeat for him. So we go to game number 3 now. Game number 3, we are going second. So you'll see we open Banishment, Talents, Opening, Deployment, and Branded in White. Opponent opens Impulse, Imperm, D-Barrier, which is nuts. These are 3 crazy cards. Kolbai and Marche. So yeah, he just sets the D-Barrier, Imperm, the Kolbai, and he will keep the Impulse in hand, and he passes turn. So we draw for turn, we draw a starter here, thank goodness. We started with Fusion Deployment, summoning Cartesia from the deck in attack position. Normal summon a little bit effect, search for Brand Fusion, and I knew for a fact he has an Impulse or an Ashbell scenario, so we're just going to activate Brand Fusion, get hit with D-Barrier. Now here I realized, you know, because he has more background, I should have chained Cartesia, hopefully to force out an Imperm as well, but yeah, we did not do that, so yeah, that's on us. Attack for a total of 3,300 damage, set Banishment, set Opening, and we'll proceed to end phase. Opponent draws Maliss in the mirror, sets Maliss in the mirror, and here I guess, yeah, if I went Cartesia here, like end of main, my opponent, he could just chain impose, destroy Cartesia as well, but yeah. Unfortunately, we should have used that Cartesia effect at the same moment my opponent activated D barrier here, but yeah, he drops the impulse now that Cartesia gets negated and destroyed. Opening discard, draw, search for Quem. Normal summon Quem effect, which gets hits with Malice in a mirror. Then Marche will trigger to add itself back to hand. And then we just will go talents to draw 2. We draw into Albaz and Purelia. We then go branded in white. So this resolves, and then we go into Lubellion. And unfortunately here, Chainlink 1, Lubellion, Chainlink 2, Quem, even though it's negated, we can still trigger it. My opponent does have the Imperm targeting the Lubellion. And then I go Chainlink, what do we, 1, 2, 3, Chainlink 4, Banishment, targeting a Luba, to which our opponent is just going to chain Kolbai. Gee whiz, he just had all the outs here. So we enter battle phase, stack for 2-5 and then 1-5, so opponent is left on 400 damage. 400 damage. So he draws Jerusalem for turn, and look how he bounces back here. So normal summon Marche, link off into Almirage, which triggers Quem to target Cartesia to reborn, but our opponent is just going to go Jerusalem, unfortunately. 2 bodies on the field here, and then he's going to go link off into the SP. Chainlink 1 SP target Marche, Chainlink 2 Jerusalem target Lubellion to send. So yeah, Marche will trigger here now to add itself back to hand. And then he's going to go Marche effect here to summon itself from hand by banishing Malice in the mirror. Now he has 2 bodies on the field, link off into White Binder. White Binder effect here is going to reset, first it's going to banish Branded Fusion, Albaz and Lubellion. Then he's going to go White Binder effect here to set the GWC, I think, or MTP. MTP or 7, enters battle phase, deals damage getting over Quem. So we take that bit of damage, and we have no cards in hand, no follow-up now, so yeah. Opponent passes turn, we draw into Branded Loss, which means we have no play, so we have to scoop. Draws into Chessicat, which is enough, which is honestly enough. Go White Binder, set GWC, and yeah. I'm telling you right now, GWC, banish, reborn the White Binder of GWC and gain life points. So he's still in the game, and he has been in the game now ever since he resolved all of those effects. But yeah, White Binder here will banish Quem, opening, and Marche. Marche will trigger here to add itself to hand, and honestly, yeah, that's really all he needs, because he normal summons Chessie and go Chessie to draw, and I decide, yep, I've seen enough there. So yeah, it was pretty crazy how he just had those negates and just immediately just stayed in the game. Even though we took him down to that very small amounts of life points. But yeah, Maliss player played well, and yeah, it was quite unfortunate. Should have chained Cartesia here on D barrier, forcing out an Imperm at least, so we didn't have to worry about that when, you know, we came to our turn trying to resolve Lubellion and Quem. But yeah, it is what it is, and yeah, pretty crazy game. Yeah, so yeah guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like, comment and subscribe guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.